So we are in another part now, MAT. So this one we are talking about probability distribution. This is a question from your past question, 2019 question 7a. It says suppose the probability function of a discrete random variable x is given by this. Find x probability of x less or equal to 3, obtain the distribution, then find p of x equals 0, find the mean and variance of x. Then this is where your question stops, but I just added this one. Now I want you to understand something under probability. When you have a probability distribution, it is divided into two parts. The first part is called discrete probability distribution, and the second one is called continuous probability distribution. Now, under discrete probability distribution, we have Bernoulli, according to your syllabus, binomial and Poisson distribution. So these three ones are what you call discrete probability distribution. So Bernoulli distribution is a discrete probability distribution, binomial is a discrete probability distribution, Poisson distribution is also a discrete distribution. So under your syllabus, the only one that is a continuous probability distribution is a normal distribution. Do you understand? So now, this is a short way of writing Bernoulli. They say S, they can say S follow. This is how they write it. S follow a Bernoulli distribution with parameter P. Right? Do you understand? For binomial, this is how they write it. S follow a binomial distribution with parameter NP. So then for Poisson distribution, you have S follow a Poisson distribution with parameter lambda. That is what you have. So this is how when you see them write something like this, it means they are talking about Bernoulli distribution. If you see them write something like this, so maybe in your objective you might see they can write S follows. They will now say find probability of S less or equal to 3. This one means that S follow a binomial distribution, a BI. Then your N is 5 and your P probability is 0.8. That is what it means. Your N is 5 and P is 0.8. So they want to find probability of this. So you will now use probability, probability mass function. N combination S, then P raised power S, Q raised power N minus S. You will use this one to get what they want you to find. Do you understand? So that's by the way. But what I just want to summarize for you is that when you say S follow a Bernoulli distribution, what is inside there is the probability. Whenever you are dealing with Bernoulli distribution, the parameter they give you is probability. They give you two parameters in binomial, that is the N and P. For Poisson distribution, they give you lambda. Do you understand? Then for normal distribution, N follow a normal distribution, the same thing. You say S follow a normal distribution with parameter mean and variance. Do you understand? Mean and variance. So now, for a Bernoulli distribution, I also gave you this summary. For a Bernoulli distribution, there is something called mean and variance, expected value and variance. So mean of a Bernoulli distribution is P. If you are told to find the mean of a Bernoulli distribution, the answer is just the probability. If you are told to find the variance, it means P times Q. What is Q? 1 minus P. P times 1 minus P. They can ask you this question in objective. If you are told to find standard deviation is square root of what? Variance. Do you understand that? Now for binomial distribution, the expected value E of x is called E of x, expected value, or we call it mean. Expected value of mean for a binomial distribution is NP. So you might be told find the mean of a binomial distribution, or like the one I gave you, they can just say to find mean, or they write find mu, or find the expected value, find E of x. NP, variance is what? NPQ. Q is what? 1 minus the probability P. For a Poisson distribution has the same mean and variance. The mean of a Poisson distribution is what you have been given, the parameter given. If I change this to M, and I'm told to find the mean, the answer will be M. What is inside here is the mean. So anything that is inside there is what you will write for them. The mean of a Poisson distribution is lambda. The variance of a Poisson distribution is lambda. So now there's one more thing I need to tell you about probability, the discrete random variable, a discrete distribution. Now, if a probability distribution is discrete, what you are going to be using there is summation. But if a probability distribution is continuous, you will be using what? Integral. Now, probably, how do you know a discrete probability distribution? They list number like this, like 0, 1, 2, 3. That's how they do in a discrete probability distribution. But whenever you see them using intervals, 0 less or equal to s less or equal to 3, whenever you see intervals, that is continuous. So for discrete, it will be listed this way, like you can see. So that means in reality, this question, this function, this probability distribution we have here is discrete. Do you understand? This is a discrete probability distribution. Now, the next thing to do is now, if you are not told to find, whenever you are given a discrete probability distribution and you are told to find mean of a discrete probability distribution is s multiplied by p of x, s multiplied by the function you are given. Then you do summation of s multiplied by p of s. Do you understand? So if you are told to find mean for continuous, it's still f multiplied by f of s, but it will have to be integral. It will no longer be summation, it will be integral now. Do you understand? Now for variance, that is e of s square minus e of s all square. What is e of s square? E of s square, that is the formula for that. This is the general formula for variance. E of s all square means if you are under this, that will be summation. What is inside here? S square multiplied by what? P of x. If you are under continuous, the summation would be what? Integral s square p of s. So you will get your answer for f of x. You will get your answer this way. Now let's come to that question. Suppose the probability distribution function of a discrete random variable s is given by this. Then after you should find p of s less or equal to 3. So now look at what it means. That first one that they want me to do, p of x less or equal to 3. Less or equal to 3 means 3 and below. Less, like, is smaller than 3 or equal to 3. So write out the probability. That means this one is actually equal to probability when s is 0 plus probability when s is 1 plus probability when s is 2 plus probability when s is what? Is 3. Do you understand? So that is what it means, less or equal to 3. This is 3 or less. So you will calculate probability when s is 0, probability when s is 1, when s is 2, when s is 3. And how do you calculate it? You will be using this thing. See, when s is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, use this. Do you understand? And I think in the question, I have 0 elsewhere. I did not write 0 elsewhere. So now, for that first one, the answer to this will now be, put s to be 0 here. This one would have been what? 4 factorial over 4 minus 0. 4 minus 0 is 4. All over 4 factorial, 0 factorial times 1 over 16. Plus, put s to be 1 there. 4 factorial over 4 minus 1, 3. I have 3 factorial, 1 factorial. Multiply by what? 1 over 16 plus s equals to. Put 2 there. You have 4 factorial over 2 factorial, 2 factorial multiplied by 1 over 16 plus the last one, s equal 3. You have 4 factorial over 1 factorial because 4 minus 1 is 3. I'm just putting values here, that's what I'm doing. 4 minus 1 is 3. Right? So 3 factorial multiplied by 1 over 16. That is what we have. So we will sum all this together and get the answer. You can use calculator. 4 factorial is actually 24. 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. Or look at it. 0 factorial is 1. 4 factorial divided by 4 factorial is 1. So all these ones here is 1. So 1 times 1 over 16 is 1 over 16. Plus 4 factorial is 24. Over 3 factorial is 6. 1 factorial is 1. Multiplied by 1 over 16. 6 here 1, 6 here 4. That's 4 over 16. Let me write 4 over 16 because it will help me to add. It will help me when I'm adding very well. Now, the next one, the third one, when it's 4 factorial, I have 4 factorial over 2 factorial, 2 factorial times 1 over 16. 4 factorial is 24. 2 factorial is 2. 2 factorial is 2. 2 times 2 will give me what? 4. Because 2 factorial is 2 times 1, 2. 2 times 1, 2. So 4 here 1, 4 here 6, that is 6 over 16, plus then the last one 4 factorial, that is 4, right, all over 1 factorial 1, 4 factorial is 24, 1 factorial 1, 3 factorial is 6, multiplied by 1 over 16, 6 here 1, 6 here 4, that's 4 over 16. So I have 4 over 16 in this place. So I have 6 plus 4, 10, plus 14, 15. So I have 15 over 16. The answer is 15 over 16. So that first question they asked me, the answer is 15 over 16. Now, the second one is find the probability when S is less, obtain the distribution. What do they mean by obtain the distribution? They say they wanted to find the probability of each of them. So, look at what I'm trying to say. So, you have X here, there are probabilities. That's what they call distribution. Obtain the distribution. X, when S is 0, when S is 1. When S is 0, you must know it. When S is 1, when S is 2, when S is 3, when S is 4. So, when S is 0, you will calculate. So, actually, I've done that before. When S is 0, I have 1 over 16. When S is 1, 4 over 16. When S is 2, 6 over 16. When S is 3, 4 over 16. And when S is 4, if you put it here, actually, you get 1 over 16 as the answer. So now, mind you, I want to tell you something here. You can cut. So if you cut, this one will actually be 1 over 4. Cut this one will be 3 over 8. That's what they wanted to find though. Right? Now, when you are done with this table, this is what they want. This is the distribution they wanted to find. That's all. That's all. That's all. So when you are done with this table, add the probabilities together. Like 1 over 16 plus this plus this plus this plus this. You must get 1. If you don't get 1, it's not correct. So, in fact, another way of asking this question is that show that this is a PDF. PDF means show that it's a probability density function. If they ask you show that it's a PDF, you just come here. After finding this, you just add these ones together. You will get 1. In fact, you see, show that f of s is a valid PDF. There's a way. Don't worry, you will see what I'm trying to say in this question I wrote when I get there. Do you understand? Now. They now say obtain probability at s is greater than 0. Probability at s is greater than 0. What does that mean? That means probability when s is 1, when s is 2, when s is 3, when s is 4. Now, look at it. I want to show you something. You know, we have 0 to 4 there. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. When you look at probability of everything, you see, all of them, it must always sum up to 1. Summation of probability, that's part of the axioms of probability. Probability must always sum up to what? 1. Now, look at it. I have everything here must sum up to 1. And they now say I should find x is greater than 0. X is greater than 0 means s is 1, 2, 3, 4. That means I'll add all these ones. So that means they want me to find all these ones. So, instead of looking for s is 1, 2, 3, 4, I can just do, since everything here will give me 1. So, I'll just do 1 minus this one. 1 minus probability of 0. 1 minus probability of 0 will give me probability of 1, 2, 3, and 4. Do you understand? Instead of doing probability of 1, 2, 3, 4. Do you understand? So, this one would have been helpful. So, you just do 1 minus probability of s is less or equal to 0. S is less or equal to 0 means probability of s equals 0. So what is probability of s equals 0? If you've even done that before, that is 1 minus 1 over what? 16. And that is what? 15 over 16. You can try probability of s equal 1, s equal 2, s equal 3, s equal 4. You will see that you will still get 15 over what? 16 as well. Now, the fourth question, they now say what? Find the mean and variance. I have told you before that for Now, the question is this a discrete probability distribution or a continuous probability distribution? The answer is what? It is a discrete probability distribution because we are not using what? Intervals. So, mean we have to be equal to what? Mean will be equal to summation. That's where I'm going to of S multiplied by the probability. That is the mean. So what is, you see, that means you multiply this one times this one plus this one times this one plus this one times this one, this one times this one, this one times this one. Do you understand? That is the mean. So I will have 0 times, so this one will be 0 times 1 over 16. That is what we are going to be doing, plus 1 multiplied by 1 over 4 plus 2 multiplied by 3 over 8, 2 multiplied by 3 over 8 plus 3 multiplied by 3 over 8. This is 1 over 4. When x is 3. When x is 3 is 4 over 16, which is 1 over 4. So now, so I have I'm here. So I have 1 over 16 plus 1 over 4 plus 3 over 8 plus 1 over 4 plus 1 over 16. So yes, I'm correct. So now 0 multiplied by 1 over 16, 1 multiplied by 1 over 4, 2 multiplied by 3 over 8, 3 multiplied by 1 over 4 plus 4 multiplied by 1 over 4, 1 over 16. So at the end of the day, 0 times 1 over 16 is 0. 1 times 1 over 4, the answer will give me 1 over 4. 2 times this one, that will give me 3 over 4. Plus this times this again, that will give me 3 over 4 plus 4 times this, 1 over 4. So this one will be 1 plus 3, 4 plus this one again, 7 plus 1, 8. 8 over 4 is 2. So that means the mean of this distribution is 16. Now let's calculate the variance. So let us calculate the variance of the probability distribution. Now, what will happen here? What will happen here is that let's calculate the variance of the probability distribution. So what is variance? Variance is actually equal to summation of what? Expected value of x squared minus e of x all squared. That is variance. What is e of x squared? E of x squared will be equal to what? E of x squared will be equal to summation. Don't forget, e of x is summation of x p of s. So e of x squared will be summation of x squared p of s. So that means we have to square all these numbers. It's 0 square, 1 square, 2 square, 3 square, 4 square. Then you now use it to multiply. The 0 square is 0. 0 multiplied by 1 over 16 plus 1 square is 1. 1 multiplied by 1 over 4 plus 2 square, because I'm using x square. 2 square is 4. 4 multiplied by 3 over 8 plus 3 square, 9. 9 multiplied by 1 over 4. Then lastly, 4 square, 16. 16 multiplied by 1 over 16. 16 multiplied by 1 over 16. So what do we have? 0 multiplied by 1 over 16, 0. 1, this one is 1 over 4. Plus this one will give me 3 over 2. Plus 9 over 4. Plus 1. Now, LCM. The LCM here is 4, or you just use calculator, add it up, you get your answer. This is 1 plus 4 divided by 2, 2 times 3, 6, plus 4 divided by 4, 1. 1 times 9, 9 plus 4. This one will give me 20. 20, 6 plus 4, 10, 1 plus 9, 10. 20 over 4. 20 over 4 will be equal to what? 5. So that means variance, which is equal to this. I have just looked for this one. The answer is 5 minus E of x. E of x is 1, expected value 2, that's mean, all squared. So the answer is 5 minus 4, that is 1. So that means the variance of this distribution is 1. So let me quickly solve this one so that you can see again as well. So to solve this one, this is not from your past question, but I just want to give you an example of a continuous random variable. So you have f of s to be equal to cs squared, where 1 is less than s less than 3 and 0 elsewhere. Right? Now, if they will first tell you, for you to be able to find this c, they will first say, suppose this is a valid PDF. Suppose this is a valid probability density function. Find c. And what's the meaning of to find that c? Let me quickly show you. To find c, you know this is already interval, so that means I'm using integral. This one means that the integral from this 1 to 3 of cs squared must be 1 for it to be a valid PDF. Do you understand? For it to be a valid PDF, integral from 1 to 3 must be 1, like integral for all the bounds here. Everything you are giving here, if you take the bounds, the integral must be 1. Do you understand? For it to be a valid PDF. So to find c, now c can come as since a constant. Integrate s squared, s raised to power 2. You add 1 to the power, that's s cubed over 3. Then the boundary 1 and 3 equal 1. So what does that mean? Put 3 here. 3 squared is what? 3 cubed is 27. No, I have c open bracket. Put 3. 3 cubed, 27 divided by 3, 9. Minus, put 1. 1 cubed, 1 over 3 minus 1 over 3. Everything equal 1. C open bracket. Now this is over 1. 9, this is 27 minus 1, 26. 26 over 3 must be equal to 1. You will find c, so c will be equal to what? 3 over 26. Do you understand? So this one will give you 3 over 26, as you can see. Now, this is c, so that means that c is 3 over 26, and that's f of s now. F of s will now be equal to, what is c? 3 over 26 x squared. 1 is less than s, less than 3, then the 0 elsewhere. Do you understand? So that means I've looked for c. Now, but look at this second question. They say show that f of s is a valid PDF. In that case, they cannot ask you to be looking for c. That means the function they would have given you would be f of s equal 3 over 26 s squared. This. They will now show that this is a valid PDF. It means that you will integrate this over this interval, over this band, and your answer must be 1. So to show that this is a valid PDF, it means that integral of f of s ds must give you 1. That is it. Do you understand? Now for the next one, they say 3. Find the probability of s is greater than or equal to 2. For probability of s is greater than or equal to 2 means that from 2 and what? Above. But don't forget it is bounded by 3. So to do this one will now be, see, s is greater than or equal to 2. It means it starts from 2 and it goes up. Greater than or equal. So that means lower bound will be 2. The upper bound will be the upper bound in your function 3. Then your function, that's 3 over 26 x squared ds. So you will solve this. So this is 3 over 26 multiplied by s cubed over 3. Then you have 2, 3. So 3 cancel 3, I'm left with 1 over 26 actually. Then you now put 3 here. 3 cubed is what? 27 minus 2 cubed. 2 cubed is 8. 27 minus 8 is 19. 19 over 26. So that means the answer probability of this one is 19 over what? 26. Now the second one, they say probability of x is less or equal to 2. For probability of x is less or equal to 2, the same thing. Less or equal means that the upper bound, or the upper bound is that is from 2 and what? Below. From 2 and below. X is less or equal to 2. So that means the upper bound here will be 2. Lower bound will be the lower bound of the given this one. So this one will be 3 over 26 x squared ds. You will differentiate again and find the answer. This one will be 1 over 26 s cubed. Then you will have what? 1 to 2. 1 over 26. Put 2 here, that is 8 minus 1. 8 minus 1 is 7. So 7 over 26. The answer to this one is 7 over 26. Now the last one, the answer you should find the mean. Mean, expected value of x, which is mean. Don't forget, for that one I use summation. This one you use integral. It will be integral between this bound 1 and 3 of x multiplied by, don't forget, I did summation of x, p of x. This one will be integral. That summation will change to integral of x, f of s, ds. So this one will be integral from 1 to 3. F of s is what? 3 over 26 all square. So I will have 3 over 26 s cubed ds. So this one will be 3 over 26 s4 over 4. Then I have the bound 1 to 3. So this one would be 3 over 26 times 4. 26 multiplied by 4 will give me 104. You can check with your calculator over there too. X raised to power 4, 1, 3. So this is 3 over 104. 3 raised to power 4 is what? 81. 81 minus 1, 80. So 80 divided by 104, or 80 divided by 104 will give me something. Will give me 10 over 13. 10 over 13 times 3, that is 39. 10 over 13 times 3, that's 30 over 13. So the mean is 30 over 13. Now it's mainly variance. Integral for variance is what? Don't forget, variance is variance. That is the mean. Variance of x is e of s squared minus e of s all squared. So what is e of s squared? E of s squared will be integral from 1 to 3 of s squared. When it is e of s is s. Now e of s squared multiplied by what? F of s. That's multiplied by 3 over 26 x squared ds. So this is integral from 1 to 3 of 3 over 26 s raised to power 4 ds. If we integrate this, you have 3 over 26 s raised to power 5 over 5. Then from 1 to 3. That is what you have. Now to finish this question, e of x squared will be equal to what? If we put, this is 3 over 130, put 3 there. 3 raised to power 5 is 243 minus 3 raised to power 1 raised to power 5 is 1. So that's 242. 242. 3 times 242 will give me what? 3 times 242 will give me 726. 726 over what? 130. And this one will be equal to 363 all over 65. Now the variance is e of s squared, which is 363 all over 65 minus the mean square. The mean is 30 over 13, so minus 30 over 13 all squared. So when you have that, you will have from your calculator, you have 219 over 845 or you can leave your answer in decimal points. Do you understand? Thank you very much, and remember to subscribe to my YouTube channel. It is free to do so. Hello everyone. So for this question, this is 2018 question 7b. The table below shows a frequency distribution. You can see. Now the next is show that show the class boundary and class mark of each class. I know it is show the class boundary and class mark of each class. Then find the median and the interquartile. Now look at what will happen first. For you to get class boundary, you know, when you have class, let me give you class. We have 60 to 62, right? 63 to 65. We have the next one, 66 to 68. The next one is 69 to 71, 72 to 74. Now, what will be the class boundary? Now, the class boundary, from this one you will subtract 0.5. From this one you will add 0.5. If you subtract 0.5 here, you will have 59.5. Then if you add 0.5 here, you have 62.5. So the same thing, that's how you will do for everything. That is how you will get the class boundary. So 63 minus 0.5, you have 62.5 to 65.5. Then you have again 65.5 to 68.5. You have 68.5 to 71.5, 71.5 to 73.74 rather, 0.5. Now note, mind you, that the upper class boundary of the previous class must be equal. See, 62.5 must be equal to this must be equal to this one must be equal to this one, 71.5, you can see 71.5. If they are not equal, then you've not gotten your class boundary correctly. Do you understand? So please, the end, like where this one ends and where this one starts, must be the same. That is for class boundary. Now, for class mark, class mark will be, add these two things together, then divide it by 2. 60 plus 62 divided by 2, the answer will give you 61. This one will give you 64. This one will give you 67. This one will give you 70. This one will give you 73. Write the frequency. The frequency will be what? The frequency will be, you have been given already, 5, 27, 42, 18, 8. Then you need the cumulative frequency, because you will still need the cumulative frequency for median and interquartile. Now that is the last thing we have to find here. So cumulative frequency, this is 5. Look at the way you calculate cumulative frequency. 5, you have 5. 5 plus 27, 32. 32 plus 42, 74. 74 plus 18. 74 plus 18 will give me 92. 74 plus 18 will give me 92. 92 plus 8 will give me 100. And if we actually calculate the sum of the frequency, summation of the whole frequency, you will get 100 as well. Now, I have already shown the class boundary and the class mark here. Now, for the second one, let's say find the median and interquartile. So, how do we find median? Median is equal to what? N1 plus what? N over 2 minus cumulative frequency before the median class. cumulative frequency before the median class over frequency of the median class multiplied by C. That is what we call, that is the formula. So L1. Now the first thing is that you have to find the median class. What is the median class? 100 divided by 2 is 50. The 50 and 51st. The 50 and the 51st one is what? Median class. So go there. You have 5 here. You have 32. You have 74. So that means 50 and 51 is here. So this is the median class. This is the median class, right? So what is lower class boundary? This N1 means lower class boundary. What is lower class boundary? This is lower class boundary. This is upper class boundary. So in this case, median will be equal to N1 lower class boundary, which is 65.5 plus N over 2, 100 over 2, 50, minus cumulative frequency before the median class. What is the cumulative frequency before the median class? Cumulative frequency before the median class is 32. All over frequency of the median. What is the frequency of the median? 42. Multiplied by C. What is C? Class limit, class width. 63 minus 60. The answer is 3. C is 3 here. Or you just do, let me tell you another way you can do it. Subtract the class boundary. 62.5 minus 59.5. The answer is 3. So you have 3 here. 65.5 plus 50 minus 32. 50 minus 32 will give me 18. So 18 over 42 multiplied by 3. So this one will be equal to 18 over 3. This one will give me 9 over 7. This is 65.5 plus 6 here 3, 6 here 7. So 9 over 7. 65.5 plus 9 over 7 plus 9 over 7. The answer is plus 9 over 7. The median will be 66.79. So this is the median score, 66.79. Now they now want you to find interquartile. What is interquartile? You want to find Q1. What is the formula for Q1? Q1 is like median. Do you understand? Actually, Q1 is also L1 plus what? Now, Q1 is 1 over 4. Listen, quartile is quarter. You divide a distribution into 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Quartile is 1 over 4. The second quartile is 2 over 4. The third quartile is 3 over 4. Do you understand? So, actually, the second quartile is what we call median. Do you get that? So now that means, listen, look at how I'm going to write the formula so that you will remember. It's actually N1 plus, instead of having N over 2 here, no, N over 2 is for median. This one will be 1 over 4N, or what we call N over 4, minus cumulative frequency before the first quartile class. You know, Q1 is the first quartile. Cumulative frequency before the first quartile class, all over the frequency of the quartile class. Let me actually be writing it as Q times C. Do you get that? First quartile is 1 over 4, right? Second quartile is actually 2 over 4, which is 1 over 2. That's why you have 1 over 2. This is 2 over 4, median. Do you get that? So that means, what is the quartile class? Q1, that is 1 over 4 times 100. 1 over 4 times 100 is 25. Where does 25 falls? 25 falls here. You know, how do you know? For example, maybe you don't understand how I got the median class. 1 over 2, N over 2 is 50. 50, where does 50 fall? You will start from here, 5. This is 32. They have not gotten to 50. It is on this 74 it gets to 50, it passed 50. So this is the class. So 25 falls here. This is the class of 25. This is where it falls. So this is the group, this is the class I'm using. So what is N1? The lower class boundary of this class, 62.5. So this is 62.5 plus 1 over 4N. That is 100 divided by 4. The answer is 25. Plus, minus rather, cumulative frequency before this class. The cumulative frequency before this class is 5. All over frequency of that class, 27 times C. C is 3. So this is 62.5 plus 25 minus 5 is 20. So I have 20 over 27 times 3. So 62.5 plus 3n1, 3n9 all over 20 over 9. So this will be equal to 62.5 plus 20 over 9. The answer is 64.72. So that is the answer to this question. Now the third, so the Q3, do you understand? The Q3 will be what? The same thing, the same formula. L1 plus, now instead of n over 4, you know, the third quartile, 3 over 4, third quartile, 3 over 4. This one will be 3 over 4 n minus cumulative frequency before Q3 class. Cumulative frequency before that class. All over frequency of that class times C. So now you will do again 3 over 4 times 100. 3 over 4 times 100 is 75. 75. So that means where does 75 fall on the cumulative frequency? This is 572. This is the third quartile class. This is the third quartile class. It falls here. Do you understand? So that is where it falls. Now, what is the lower class boundary of this class? 68.5. So this one is 68.5 plus 3 over 4n. That is 3 over 4 times, that is 75. 3 over 4 times 100, 75. Minus cumulative frequency before this class. What is the cumulative frequency before the class? 74. All over frequency of that class. What is the frequency of that class? 18. Multiply by what? C. C is 3. So Q3 will be what? 68.5 plus 75 minus 74. 1. 1 over 18 times 3. That's 1 over 6. So the answer will be equal to 68.5. 68.5 plus 1 over 6. 68.5 plus 1 over 6. The answer is 68.67. So the answer to this question is 68.67, and this is the what? Third quartile. Assuming this is the quartile you have looked for now. Assuming you are told to find interquartile range, you will do Q3 minus Q1. That is what we call interquartile range. Assuming you are told to find semi-interquartile range, you will do Q3 minus Q1 all over 2. Do you understand? Please remember to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you very much. So this is the last part of the statistics. The table below shows the score X and score Y of 12 students in mathematics and physics tests respectively. So this one is for mathematics test, the second score is physics test respectively. Now the answer that given that summation of X is equal to 800, summation of Y is 811, summation of X is 53418, summation of Y squared, summation of XY, it has been given. Now see, find the least square regression of Y and X. Find the least square regression of Y and X. So now, this is what they want us to find in the first one. They want us to find Y equal A plus BS. So what you just need to find now is, you need A and B. So what is B? The formula you will use for B is equal to N summation of XY minus summation of X summation of Y all over N summation of X squared minus summation of X all squared. That is the formula you are going to use. So this is the formula you are going to use. Now, hello, listen. You see this table? Assuming you are just giving table, see they have helped us so well that they have helped us written out all this. Assuming they have not written out all this, you are the one to calculate all these things yourself. How? You will draw a table, a big table. You will see, you will add all these ones together to get 800. You will add all the Y together to get 811. You will square all the years, that is 65 square, you will write the answer, 65 square, you will write the answer, 67 square, you will write the answer, 64 square, you will write the answer like that, like that, like that. Do you understand? Then when you now square everything, you will now add it. You will get this. The same thing for y, the same thing for xy. Then you multiply x and y together and add it up. That is what you are going to do first. But since they have given us, this is what they want us to use. So we use it like that. Now, B, what is M? 12 students. Or if you don't know, just count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There are 12 in number. So B, you first look at the formula for B. This is the equation they want us to find, the regression square of y on x, of y and x. So now, B will be equal to 12, open bracket, what is the summation of xy? 54107. 54107 minus summation of x. Summation of x 800 multiplied by summation of y 811. All over 12. Summation of x squared 53418 minus summation of x all squared minus 800 all squared. So B will be equal to, then you will use calculator to this for this one. You are going to need calculator well. B 12 times 54107 minus 800 times 811 all over 12 times 53418 minus 800 minus 800 square. You will get 0.476. So to get A, it's now going for me to get A now. A is actually equal to y bar minus B s bar. What is y bar? Mean of y. What is s bar? Mean of x. So what is y bar? Y bar means summation of y all over, summation of y over n. What is summation of y? 811. 811 over 12. So 811 divided by 12. The answer is 67.583. S bar, summation of x over n. So please take note, this is the two formula you need to take note. If you want to be able to solve this question, this formula is important, this formula is important, and you see the way I'm using it. Summation of x is what? 800 all over what? 12. 800 divided by 12, you have 800 divided by 12, you have 66.667. So that is the answer. That is what you will get. So now to get A will be equal to y bar, that is 67.585 minus B. This is the B we got, 0.476 multiplied by S bar. S bar is 66.667. So at the end of the day, the final answer will be 67.585 minus 0.476 times 66.667. The answer is 35.851 or 85. Let me just write 35.85. So what they want me to find in this first question, y is equal to A, that is 35.85 plus BS, that is 0.476S. So that is the answer we have for this question. Do you understand? Then number B is now telling me find the least, obtain the correlation coefficient and interpret your result. Correlation coefficient is R. And what is the formula? The formula is what you have here. N summation of x, y, that is for only the denominator, minus this one summation of y, all over, look at what you now have all over, square root. Open a bracket, all these ones here, n summation of x all square, minus summation of x all square, close the bracket. Then you will do the same thing for y as well. N summation of y all square minus summation of y square. That's what you have. So as you can see, you have n summation of xy minus summation of x summation of y all over square root of this. Do you understand my point? So R is equal to what is n? n is 12. Summation of this one 54107 minus summation of x, summation of y, minus 800 times 811 all over square root of, what is n? N is 12. Summation of x all square. That is, we have been given, just be putting the values there. And take note of the formula, please take note of this formula. It's very important and it's simple. N summation of x, y. And you see the two variables. N summation of x, y, summation of x, summation of y. Then change it to one variable, put only x. This one will be n summation of s, which is s squared. N summation of s squared. Summation of s, summation of s. Summation of s all squared. Let it be only y as well. N summation of y squared minus summation of y all squared. So 12. Summation of s is what? Summation of s squared is what? 53418 minus summation of s all squared minus 800 all squared. And this is 12. Summation of y squared, that is 55120 minus summation of y all squared. Summation of y is 811 minus 811 all squared. So that is what we have. So R is equal to, now calculator will be very needed. 12 multiplied by 54107 minus 800 times 811. You get 484. The answer to this one is 484 all over square root. Now let's talk about the first bracket. 12 multiplied by 53418 minus 800 squared. So the first one I have 1016 multiplied by, now the second one 12 multiplied by 55120 minus 811 squared. So the answer is 3719. So R is equal to what? So I have 484 all over square root 1016 multiplied by 3719. So the answer is 0.24, or let's say 0.25. So this is 0.25. So the interpretation is that when it is close to 1, when maybe 0.9 or 0.8, you will say it is highly positively correlated. And if it's minus 0.9, you say it is highly negatively correlated. There is one thing I need to tell you. This R you are looking for that we just calculated now must fall between minus 1 and 1. Do you understand? If you find R and you are getting 2, rubbish with confidence. If you find R you are getting 1.2, like anything outside 1, or maybe you are getting minus 2, minus 2.1, something that is outside this interval, just know that you have done rubbish with confidence. You need to check what you've done. You have made a mistake in one place or at one point or the other, or maybe the formula you have written, you are using is wrong. Please take note of that. So this is very close to 0. So if it is C, you have minus 1, you have 0, you have 1. If your R is very close to 1, you say highly positively correlated. That is, there is a strong relationship between X and Y. But if it's this one, highly negatively correlated. But if it's very close to 0, there is little or no correlation. Do you understand? And that means there is little or no relationship between score X and score Y. Do you understand? So, and they say interpret your result. So we will say that so there is little or no correlation between score X and Y. Between score X and score Y. Now the last question. Now another question they can ask you is PMR rank. I will just give you the formula. The formula for PMR rank is 1 minus 6 summation of d square all over n square minus 1. So let me tell you what D means. You will first rank. There's something called you rank S, you will rank Y. Let me just say, so the D is actually rank of X minus rank of Y. Then you will not square it. N is 12. Assuming I want to use Spearman rank correlation, just pay attention. N is 12, so we know this one. So it remains summation of this square. You will draw the table. You will do rank of S. This is S. This is score S. This is score S. So what is rank of X saying? Rank of S means rank S from the highest to the lowest. So what is the highest score in X? The highest score in S is 71. So that will be number 1. That means the rank of this place is 1. Followed by what? 70. This is number 2. So the rank of this one is the 70. Followed by 69. The rank here is 3. Do you understand? Then you get to the 12th one. Do you get that? Now, after that, you will come to score Y2. Score Y. You will rank it from the highest to the lowest. What is the highest here? The highest here is 71. You will rank it 1. Followed by what? 72. Do you understand? Followed by 69. Where is 69? 3. Do you get that? Till you get to 12. So that means you open another column for it. You will first write for S, 1 column, score Y, another column. Then you write rank of S. You rank S. So that means where this 71 is on the last column will be where this one is. That's how you rank it. So you will now subtract rank S minus rank Y. What does that mean? Like in this case now, rank S of this row is 1. Each row will eventually have their own rank number. So the rank number for this row is 1. The rank number for this one is 2. That means 1 minus 2. The answer is minus 1. Maybe if the rank here is 5, it will be 2 minus 5. The answer will be minus 3. So you will do it for everything. When you get everything, you will square it. When you square it, add them together, then multiply by 6, you will get the Spearman rank correlation. It's also Spearman rank correlation. Do you understand? I just give you the formula. Now, let's solve the last question. The answer now. When the score of a student from the population is 51 in mathematics, that is, when the score of a student is 51 in mathematics, what will be his or her score in physics? Don't forget, S represents score in mathematics. S score is mathematics because they put respectively. Physics test is what? Y. So they are telling me find Y, that is physics score, when S is what? 51. So I use this formula that I obtained, this one. Y will be equal to 35.85 plus 0.476 multiplied by 51. So Y will be equal to 35.85 plus 0.476 times 51. The answer will be equal to 60.126. But that is approximately 60. So Y is 60. So our score in physics. Is what? 60. Our physics score is 60. And that's all. Thank you very much. Please kindly subscribe to my YouTube channel. I beg of you. It is free to do so, to enjoy more of mathematics. Thank you very much.